Welcome to the Great Girlfriends podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and every single thing in between. I'm your host, Sybil Amuti.
And I'm excited as usual to bring to you this week's episode.
So jump right into this week's episode. And after you do, head over to iTunes and leave us an amazing review. That's how other great girlfriends know the quality of the content that we provide each week. Enjoy. Lucinda. Let's get her on, y'all.
Hey, I was here watching you jam.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on,
It's a
Lucinda.
night to remember. Hey, get ready. Hey. What is going on? It's Friday.
Girl, it's Friday, or is it Monday or Tuesday, Lucinda? Shucks.
I don't know. It's someday.
Lucinda, right, it's a day. Like they say in church, it's a great day in the Lord. Hallelujah.
Exactly. Glory. That's it.
Who can keep count, right? Who can keep count?
I don't know what's going on. I just know it's another day. We woke up on the right side.
We woke up, all right. Come on, Pastor.
We woke up on the right side.
That's enough for me. And when we do finally go outside, I'm going to look on my phone and be like, oh, okay, it's a Tuesday at 4. Okay, cool. But for now, I'm just happy to be on the right side.
That's it.
We're in my right mind, right? Because that's what the elders used to say.
Yes, they did. You in the right place with your right mind on the right side.
That's enough. That's enough to get the party started.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I love that. So, Lucinda, I got a secret to tell. I'm telling everybody, y'all. But I found my new favorite show, and y'all will not believe it. I was up till 6 a.m.
Let me write this down. I'm
probably the last one to see it because I'm always the last one on every show. For Life on ABC.
Oh, come on. You just getting up on that. That is good. I don't like all the commercials though.
Well, I'm watching it on Hulu, so I have no commercials.
Ooh,
but commercials are a good thing. That means that show's got some money behind it. So
that's true.
But
that's true.
I'm just now, so I'm up fighting for this man's freedom till 6 a.m. Like we gonna win this thing.
Yes. I was watching Dead to Me, and I'm just like, I got bags under my eyes. Okay, so I'm looking dead to me. Okay. So I was watching Dead to Me, but that show for life, that is so phenomenal and sad.
I'm crying, and now I don't know where the show. I'm on like episode 12 of season 1. I don't even know where I'm going.
Listen,
but I'm fighting for this man's life, and I'm fighting for every one of my brothers. I mean, obviously, the sentiment of that never changes, right? Because it is just the thing we have to do is keep fighting, but. If anybody wants to know what I was doing till 6 a.m., it was nothing fancy. I literally was crying and fighting for alcohol.
Yes. Serious. You're all in it. I'm in there with the kids, the wife. I'm on the visit. Like, it's serious.
I'm all in. And I'm just like, I'm so sad. And I'm researching stuff like, is this true? Like, is all of this true? There's so much that we don't know and so much that we need to advocate for. And yeah. That's not even our topic today, but I had to tell you.
But that's good though.
I woke up like, yo, we have so much work to do. Work to do. I mean, I know a lot of us have made this pandemic. We've seen this as an opportunity to sort of reset, right? And and everyone should at any given point in your life, you need to feel a reset. You need to take a look at your time and your mindset and your resources and go, what am I doing and how am I doing it? Right.
Yes.
I thought about you because, Activate is probably hands down my favorite Sunday morning. Get your life, everything together. Look at God. Watch it manifest before your eyes. Experience.
Come on.
It
Listen.
is. Like, it's all of that. It's all of that. So
I thank you.
You're the queen to me of activating. You're the queen of me of setting vision and really getting the mind in the right space so that people can move themselves forward. And so I wasn't prepared to have a conversation about what's next 5 weeks ago. I was like, all right, homeschool, let me. So I'm not going to get my hair done for how long? So wait, I need to order brows and lips and all.
Listen.
Now I got all my Amazon shipments, so I'm all right.
Yes. You see the clip-ons.
Yes,
The snap-ons.
I need to have a side conversation with you about this waist trainer.
Oh.
Shumble had hers on. I ordered one because I saw her I said, you know what? I'm ordering the one she had. I went to war with that thing.
Yeah, it's not a game.
And I don't think I'm the one. I think I just need to put the cookies down. I don't think I can't activate that one.
I can't activate that one. I know. The waist trainers, it's a lot. But I got my whole kit. I had my whole kit from Amazon. I found some wax. I got all kinds of steamers, microdermabrasion. Listen, I'm doing it dermabrasion all day.
I got a whole kit. My whole kit. But but I'm gonna need to put the cookies down, because me and the waist trainer are not friends, and I like friends, so it's not.
Listen, I put the waist trainer on and then go eat what I want. That don't make sense. So it don't look so bloated after I eat all of that. So I could trick myself. I need to stop. I just need to let it hang so I can be real with my life and what's happening.
I love you. Oh my gosh.
My husband said, you're not going to take that thing off while you eating dinner. I said, you see this big old man plate? No, I'm not taking it off.
Can't you see I'm in war right now. We fighting.
Like, this is good. I got 2 starches, okay? Fried fish and a heap of butter on the cabbage. You think I'm taking off this waist trainer? I need to fake it till I make it.
I'm fighting for my life right now. Like, no, I'm keeping this trainer on. This trainer's going to do his job. Okay, but in all seriousness. So we were prepared, right? Because we were like, okay, we're going to be doing our own grooming. But now, I think the seasons are changing. I think people have gotten themselves in a place where they are mentally like, okay, I need to look ahead. And Lucinda, so many people have tossed 2020, right? And I'm telling you, can toss it if you want. But let me tell you something. I will take your scraps from the table because I'm here for the rest of this year. God still is going to deliver for me.
I got my whole spoon. I got play around. I'm scooping it all up. Y'all want to play and act like it ain't? I'm scooping it all up.
I'm staying in the game. So I know you're staying in the game, but how do we get them back in the game? How do we get their minds? Great girlfriends, we want to get your minds right so you can jazzercise like my neighbor is really doing out here right now. And I would show you. She's out there like
doing the most. We might need a snippet later on. Really, she's getting
straight jazzercising across the street. But
so that using her as an example, right? Yes. Motivating ourselves. Trying to find a space to motivate yourself. It's hard to get into the reset mind frame if you're not motivating yourself with something. And I like to say, let's just focus on one particular project that you are willing to ride out. Like I have my goal from 2020 to 2021. And because the pandemic happened, the reset is more of just refueling myself to say, okay, girl, you was on a half a tank. You was cruising full blast. Let's go, And so meaning that I'm taking time, even though it seems like I'm speeding things up, I'm removing and what I call editing my life. And so that I can stay motivated and so that I don't have so much projects on the table. And I realize even now, and maybe some of the great girlfriends can connect, is that we have piled sometimes so many personal and professional projects on our tables that we never get a chance to really focus and hone in on one, to be motivated and enthusiastic about life in general and the things that we have accomplished. So motivation is step number one. But what goes with that is just doing what matters. If you know you need to reset this vision and you need to get back into the game, so to speak, it doesn't mean that you have to, I seen a post that said, if you come out of this without this, and this, you were just lazy. Well, here's the thing. A lot of us have been doing the most and not doing what matters.
Come on.
So key 1.A is do what matters, right? Because a lot of us have been doing the most. But when you do what matters, do the most in what matters, right? And so I say, let's go with that.
Y'all better be taking these good notes, because first of all, Lucinda don't play no games, and she moves very fast through her content because she wants to give you all of it. So take your notes, drop them in the comments, get your great girlfriends involved. If you have a question, drop it in the Q&A, because we will take some questions, and I have some questions from great girlfriends. But doing the essentials, there's this thing called the law of open cycles, and basically, essentially, if you look at your computer, and you have, say you go into Google, your Google browser, and you've got like 10 tabs open. Amazon's one. Let's keep it 100. Facebook might be another. Zoom could be another. Whatever your tabs, they're all operating at once, and they're pulling from the memory, right?
Yes.
And if you keep them all open and you open a new one and you try to do something else, you still got those other tabs that are pulling away from the RAM, the memory of the hard drive. And essentially, the computer starts to slow down. The computer slows down because you have too many tabs open. And that's like the body. It's the same thing. Like, we have to be willing to close those tabs, close those open cycles.
Yes.
Set some finality. And I love that because it breaks down to the essentials. We have those things open and we're like, I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to keep that open. I'm going to get back to that. We shelf things, but they're still open cycles. And I think it weighs us down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you, like I always say, you become a great starter and a horrible finisher.
Woo!
So if you open up your tab.
Hold on. Hold on.
Stay right there.
Let's stay right there. Because no good runner is a good starter and a horrible finisher. No disciplined person is a great starter and a horrible finisher. That's not how that success thing works. Gosh, you hit that hard. Go ahead. You can go ahead. I just needed my processor.
So, it's just like with the computer and the tabs, our brain has several different categories that are open, and we've never really finished or completed those files in our head. We have our fitness goals, but we never completed them. And those things don't go away. They fester, they grow, they're just there, and they become like weeds when we decide to really plant something. And so what happens is all of those things become just like emotional weeds, spiritual weeds. Sometimes, we're manifesting things, but we're manifesting things that we've seen others have and not what we truly desire. Living in the space of expectations for others. What I love about just what's going on now, it is pulling people away from living up to the expectations of others. You do not have to do 50-11 posts about your bathing suit photos now. You don't have to feel committed to marketing Mondays, admin Tuesdays. You now can have the freedom to create simplicity in your life to manifest more. And the thing that most visionaries have and great girlfriends, that I'll say because I went through it, is that I was able to have a great vision, but the manifestation was a problem. Why? Because I didn't edit my life. I wasn't doing what matters. I was doing the most. And I had so many programs running at the same time. I was on overdrive and burnout. Yes. And I'm trying to figure out, why am I not attracting the love of my life? Why am I not attracting the finances and the opportunity that I know I deserve? If I'm here running around the church, dropping it like it's hot in the seed box and sowing my seeds and saying my prayers, that's a simple spiritual transaction. But somewhere along the way in me growing and manifesting, I have these weeds that's just clouding it up. And it's like, Lucinda, you got to get clear and focused. You're not up to everyone else's expectations. You have to be a great starter and a great finisher at the same time. So,
what's so true about that, Lucinda? When we start a whole bunch of things and don't finish them, right? When we have all those open cycles, open tabs, when we don't do the essentials, we lose trust in ourselves.
Yes.
And when you lose trust in yourself, you don't have the courage to go after the thing that you're supposed to be doing because you're like, dog, I didn't finish the last thing I started. I don't know if I can do it. You lose trust in your competency because you never really, really completed anything. So a lot of times we find ourselves feeling insecure, feeling underqualified, and none of that stuff is true. It's just that we don't trust ourselves enough because we haven't built enough discipline to finish those things that we start.
And it shows up as an energy to other people.
Yes.
So I heard this thing, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So those feelings now become the energy that you project, even though you're having a great conversation with your great girlfriend about what the next steps could be. She won't even know how to support and help you because those things are surfacing and you think you're saying, hey, I want to win, but you're saying, hey, I want to win.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to submit the proposal, but I'm really a procrastinator and I really don't have confidence in it, but I am your girl. You can count on me to just be delayed and feel denied because of fear of rejection, because I love to start and I don't know how to finish, but we face beat.
And then we
beat to the gods.
We're like, yay, do you want me to win? Can you validate me, great girlfriend? Because I don't have the confidence. So do you want me to win? Tell me you want me to win, right? Because I need you to push me over, right?
And so who feels confident enough to support on that level? We have to show up as great. # be great girlfriends. We have to show up just as great. Even if you don't feel it inside, you have to show up great online, offline, in your projects. Give it your all, because if we can't even trust ourselves and our great girlfriends can't even trust us and we're asking for validation and approval, what do we think God is saying when he gave us thousands of angels who are assigned to make sure that we carry out our purpose every single day? But you're saying I'm still trying to find purpose.
I didn't realize I needed my Hammond organ today. I need somebody to play behind you.
Around here, between 70 and Western.
You gotta wipe the sweat off your face with your hanker. You need to.
I need a hanker, right?
You don't have any sweat, but that's what the pastors do.
No, I know. We're gonna use masks. We're gonna use masks nowadays. You're so crazy. I love it.
You gotta wipe your sweat. Y'all play your IG Hammond organ behind Lucinda. And go ahead and run in your house if you need to. But Lucinda, this is the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I'm glad because we have to get into a space. And this is the thing. Everyone, I talk about vision a lot, and everyone kind of falls into this. Either they've accomplished so much and they don't know what's next and they're kind of stuck, or they feel like they haven't accomplished enough because they haven't celebrated themselves. It's really not about the vision. It's about how much can you learn to manifest in your life, and how much can you see and have in your life, not things, but just in life general. If we were to take a tally of all the things we manifested, we'll be surprised of how much we haven't even pushed to that next phase. Like, we'll get happy from the first gift, but we don't realize there's greater, right? And we'll say, oh, I'm satisfied right here. This is good. This is sweet. And we lose the hunger and the drive to go further because of what? Fear, inadequacies. I'm not sure. Should I ask? I have too much going on in my life. Now, what's the excuse? Let's manifest, right? If you can manifest right where you are in a pandemic where they're saying the world is shut down, can you imagine how much of a beast and a renegade you would be when things do get back to quote unquote normal and you're able to just be a walking light, a walking point of light?
I just told one of my mentees this the other day because she was giving me her pandemic list of whys. I said, listen, you either are or you're not. I don't know what to tell you. You either are or you're not. Because season don't matter. Your character, your attributes, the way they show up, you either are or you're not.
That's right.
If you're not going to do it, put it down.
Simple as that.
Don't stack a list of justifiable reasons why you're not. Because that's definitely going to keep you in the I'm not stage. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I want to talk a little bit about picking up things, no, that's not, I don't want to talk about that yet. I want to talk about quality of life. And I want to talk about this because so many of us are sitting in the archetype, the construct of other people's vision. Right? The model was set from childhood. This is what I can have. This is what I have access to. This is what these are the milestones. These are the expectations. This is what life can look like for me. This is my window. That's my lens. And this is how I chart my journey. I want to know, how does one, because this is one of the questions that came in, and this great girlfriend's question came out of Texas, about how do you create your own vision for your quality of life? How do you start to set and decide what that looks like for you? And great girlfriends, if that's something that resonates with you, let us know, because that has come up a few times. How do I undo that and then create a new vision that I can move in?
That's good. That's good. Like unlearning what you've learned, right?
Yeah.
And ripping the layers apart of what was created, like removing that veil, right?
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that question. And so there is some things that you can do to even just begin to start removing that veil. And it goes back to, not to sound redundant, but just going back to editing your life, looking at the things that you're doing. Why are you doing them? Does it matter? Is it supporting you? How productive has it been to your life and your growth? And when we begin to think about, how am I growing year after year, phase after phase in my life, what's working and what's not working? And when you look at what's working and what's not working, there are some hurtful things that come up. There's some difficult conversations that are going to need to be had. There's even some difficult decisions that you're going to have to make, because you have to retrain your brain and retrain your mindset to being free to receive more of what has your name on it versus what through the course of life has added to your name.
What
so
has
removing
your name on it?
Name on it.
Hammond, Q's Hammond. Come on. I'm not letting church happen today without the Hammond. We having it up in here, okay? As you
So that when you look at that, there's 3 luxuries that you cannot afford: doubt, fear, and uncertainty. These are 3 luxuries that you cannot afford to have if you really want to unlearn this doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Remove that out of your life. Remove that out of your decisions. But once again, I had to constantly say, what does Lucinda want? Where does Lucinda want to go? Remove the mom title and remove the mom guilt. Remove the wife title and remove the wife guilt. Remove the sister title, remove the sister guilt. Remove the best friend title and the friend guilt. And remove the activities that society has made up to make that you're a good mom, or you're a good wife, or you're a good friend, or you're a good sister, and create what that looks like for you.
Yeah.
Because if not, you'll start allowing other people's agenda to become your life. Yeah. And when you do that, you're now living for other people, and you'll never tap into what has your name on it. There's several things with my name on it. I'm just waiting as she crosses her legs and sips her tea. I'm just waiting. I'm like, God, there's a check, there's a show, there's things with my name on it. There's a house, there's several things on it. Successful children, but there's things with my name on it, and I have to be willing to separate the difference between my son Khalid. He has things with his name on it. Yeah. My husband Bio, he has things with his name on it. And that's what growth is about. And you really want to remove the veil. Be open to being selfish, to be selfless.
Oh, Lucinda. All right. So I'm gonna share my personal truth, which was, for the majority of my life, I didn't know how to dream. And a lot of kids grew up dreaming and saying, what was your dream for your life? I didn't know how to dream. I didn't grow up with parents who really showed or taught us how to dream. And it wasn't a thing that you did. It's not like I'm not 70, but my parents, I'm in my early 40s, and we were taught to plan. So I grew up planning, right? So it wasn't until I got to roughly 30 that I was like, wait a minute. I don't think I've dreamed. I don't think I've actually visualized what I want my life to look like or what it could be. I didn't know how to visualize. And like you said, I had to get back to the question, what do you like? I didn't even know what colors I liked.
Come on.
I didn't know if I liked flowers. I didn't know. I knew things that I tolerated, or I knew things that I accepted, but I didn't really know for sure what the woman, like what she liked, wanted, desired. And in my entire 30s, I spent that time testing and sampling. I don't like this. I like that. And I tested saying it. I don't like this. I don't want that. Actually, right? I put voice to it. And it changed the framework for my entire life. I
love it.
And many people that had raised me were so safe with me being one way that are you okay? Are asking questions. I'm great, actually. I'm free. I didn't even know I was bound.
Right.
I thought I was good, but turned out I had never visualized. And everything that I saw as a dream, I suppressed it because it didn't fit my plan. God was trying to get me to my next level. He was trying to open up the gates. And I was like, this doesn't fit my plan. This don't look right like what I have mapped out. Consequently, it doesn't work. And I shelved it. And it wasn't until my mid-30s that I decided to dust the whole shelf off. Let everything.
Listen.
Yes, I want to show. Yes, I want to live over there. Yes, I plan to have all these things. Yes, I want to be a multi-millionaire to billionaire so that I can give around the world. But
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. I got a whole agenda for why that's essential. You know what I mean? But I hope that encourages someone because, a lot of us have plans, but we've never set the time to visualize our future and imagine it and just play with the vision.
Ooh, that's my space.
Yeah.
Playing with the vision. And it's even down to the simple things of, when it comes to women, you just see it. It's in our day. Well, what color nail polish do you want?
Right.
What's your signature scent?
You pass it back to somebody else. Well, what do you think? What looks good? How does this smell on me?
Or you look over at someone else's feet like, okay, that white looks good on her. Maybe I should get white. Or, girl, what you think I should do for my nails? I'm going to never picking or sitting to say, what do you want?
Asking for validation, everyone else's opinions to affirm things and killing my own voice. So when it came time to use my voice, I was like,
yes. And it's like you're rebelling. It's similar to you, my mother, that she wasn't a dreamer. So my dreams were like crazy to her. Like she was like, girl, you are absolutely nuts. You have a degree and a family and you're going to do what? Become an entrepreneur. Like, are you nuts?
Yes.
But you cannot expect a non-dreamer to dream with you. You cannot expect someone who lacks vision to see with you or to have vision with you. And you cannot ask someone who stays in a place of stagnation to see your growth and how important it is to manifest and want more out of life. They're like, girl, you got it good. What are you complaining about?
Come on.
Well, you've been in that position complaining for the last 20 years. I'd rather live my next 3 months in happiness than sit there, And so we got to free ourselves from back to the early part, living up to other people's expectations and not really tapping into ourselves by pulling that veil back. Your parents didn't do it. They weren't supposed to do it. And that planning part that your parents showed you and the planning part that my mom showed me, it supported me as I got into my dream. And she didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And she didn't support it at first. And she wasn't supposed to. No one is obligated to support your vision and dream but you. It's beautiful.
Isn't that something? Okay. Mm-hmm. You dropped like 10,000 gems, right? And like you dropped.
I can't with you.
Lucinda, you might be a little rapper. I don't know. You dropping them bars. I have this question. This question comes out of Jackson, Mississippi. Hey, Jackson, Mississippi. And I love seeing where these great girlfriends are coming from because they're all over the nation. I think it's so cool to hear. So, hey, Jackson, Mississippi, we're sending you love. She wants to know, and this ties into what you said about you cannot ask a non-dreamer to dream with you or for you. Her question from Jackson, Mississippi is, how do you allow friends and family to participate in your dreams? Sometimes I feel like I have no one to share my dreams with. Consequently, I don't feel supported.
Love it. Love it. Sounds like there's a whole genius within and, but that's why we connect with circles like the Great Girlfriends with like-minded individuals instead of waiting for people who don't understand it and don't get it to get it. They never will. And if you're looking for someone to connect with, to vibe with, and to share ideas, either you join a tribe or you create a tribe. Guarantee there is a tribe that you can create for individuals who are just like you. God has given us each a portion of the world to support. And so I support my tribe, are best known as the best kept secrets. They're all that and then some, and they just need a little help getting out there. Great Girlfriends is a tribe. So if you cannot find a tribe that speaks to you, create it. And that goes to your frustration. You know, I always say there's a fortune in your frustration. And I guarantee you, there's tons of you out there who just have this beautiful genius within and don't know how to share it with others and connect. Create it.
That's right.
Create it. Collaborate.
Yeah, and watch how it feeds you. It feeds you. Because I'm going to tell you, Great Girlfriends feed me. Woo, Jesus.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
I get so full just being around like-minded women. And the people think it's for them. It's really for me. I'm eating off the table. I'm like, y'all are feeding me. Thank you.
Yes.
Like, y'all thought this was about y'all getting this from Lucinda, or maybe it was me getting a whole free conversation with Lucinda.
That's me. That I was writing notes. You was talking. I was like, oh, she said that. That's a whole thing right there. I'm adding that to the.
You, right? That's what the exchange is, and that's what's so valuable. And when you do that, the alignment takes place. The alignment starts to take place. I love that. And you know what's so crazy about that, Lucinda? I found. And I think I've seen this with you. I found that when I start to put my vision out there and all I would do is talk about the vision, I killed the process because I was like, who knows how this thing going to work? I don't know. I can't see it. But what I can see now is the vision. All of these people started to just join forces. They just started to participate without even asking. People just started lifting weight because they started to believe the very thing that I had become so vested in. It was made evident in my belief. Like your belief makes it evident that people can activate those best kept secrets. Will activate and be empowered to go out and do whatever it is they choose to do. And they said, but it's your belief, it's your conviction. And so I think that is so important to have your personal conviction down. Like, I know that I know that I know. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a whole hymn. That's a whole song. You just,
you got to have your personal conviction down. You have to have it because that's the only time that people can opt in and say, let me add a little ounce to that conviction. Let me help you move on thing that you keep screaming and raving about, you know.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know what's another thing for her, Mississippi, real quick, is that sometimes we don't realize who we have.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I was like, oh, I don't have support. But there was support around me. But because I was so focused on who should have been supporting me versus who was already supporting me.
At you. Sorry.
I was like, wait a minute. She's been doing runs with me back and forth to pick up copies of my book. That's my biggest ambassador. Wait a minute. She's been here watching my kids while I go to networking events. That's part of the team. And so I was so focused on who's not supporting that I didn't even realize the gems who were supporting. And so I would go back and to retrace some of that, what I said, to say, I guarantee you, if you take inventory on those who are around, you'll see that you have way more support than you could ever imagine. There's a saying, it's not what you have, it's who you have.
Yes.
And so looking at the value of who you have without you even knowing.
Come on. And we've trained our minds to focus on the rejection. Like, we trained our minds to focus and put a tight lens on the people that walk away.
Yes.
And you've got a whole corner of people that are sitting there waiting to be activated. Yes. Best kept secrets in your great girlfriends.
Great girlfriends, exactly.
That are waiting. That is so true because, you know, my tightest allies, they're not new. They've been there. They were always doing something, you know, or finding out a way to be a part of my vision and me a part of theirs. But, you know, the accountant is not just the accountant. You know, you got an aunt that might be, you know, a lawyer. That's not the only thing she does. She has other interests. She has other beliefs, and she has things she wants to support. But she doesn't even know what's going on in your mind. She don't have access. How can she participate, right?
And if we're not clear on what support we need,
if we don't,
because we're saying I need support, I need a team. But if you don't edit and be clear, I went through 5 or 6 assistants when I first started my business. And I was like, I can't find good help. I can't find good help. I wasn't clear on the help that I needed. So how were they going to be clear on the vision if I wasn't clear on what they needed to do to show up? And so I said, wait a minute, let me draft out what it is that I see them doing and what fits for them. I was trying to put a graphic designer in a bookkeeping position. No, I needed to put the graphic designer to work to do some flow. So,
that's
this is good. This is good.
So good. Okay. This is the last question from the community. Look, Lucinda, I love you so much. I can go on and on with you, Lucinda. This one comes out of the state of Washington. All right, up top, state of Washington. I've been busy telling myself no for my entire life. I hear everyone talking about vision. I see people moving in their vision online. It's happening all over the media. Now I feel like I'm behind. What do you say to a woman who needs to get ahead? I think that sort of it goes back to everything you said, but to the woman that's been telling herself no her entire life.
That's
big. That is a norm. I will tell you.
If you don't take action on the vision that God originally has given you, and I always share where sometimes some of us are well overdue, 10 years, 15, 20 years overdue in just stepping into our thing. We think it needs to look like being an author. Well, maybe you're just a great listener and a great communicator. And guess what? Great communicators and great listeners get paid really good money, right? Yeah. But the point is that, we serve a disservice. The more you keep telling yourself no, the more you are slowly killing the inside who is screaming to come out, because we are connected to other people. If I don't share my story, there's a young girl who is bound to pick up a suitcase of drugs and get arrested. If we don't tell our story, whatever it is, or how we support using your purpose, you may be stopping someone else from, or preventing them from, you can prevent them from getting into things they don't need to get. So whatever your thing is, know that you can be causing a slow death to other people because you haven't stepped into your vision. And where there's no vision, the people perish. So to say, you know what, if you were a teenage mom, maybe you can go out there to talk to other teenage moms or talk to teenagers about the importance of safe sex. Right? If you were someone who's dealt with STDs, maybe you could prevent the next 18-year-old from getting HIV. If you were someone who was addicted to drugs, maybe you can create an organization or join organizations. It doesn't have to look like something that you always have to create. Collaboration is super powerful and even more powerful if you can lend what you feel. So the more you keep telling yourself no, know that there's a little girl somewhere waiting for you to say yes. And when you see her sitting in that corner and she can't be released because you keep saying no, know that that's charged to you. Because we didn't just come here just to kick our feet up. We came here for work.
Girl. And the little girl on the inside, right? Isn't she?
And the little girl she's sitting there in the corner. She's saying, can you please give me a chance and stop looking at everyone else? Yeah. They are, they're not even freeing themselves, and you're measuring your ceiling to their floor, or your floor to their ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, you said someone in the comments said something about that helps you to reach the next one. Is right, and you reach yourself too.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you know yourself better now that you are moving outside of the plan and you're in the vision, and you've started looking forward?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm seeing some things about me that, because there was things I just didn't understand. I was like, who is this? Who's this person coming up? And I couldn't understand who she was towards the end of last year. And now I'm starting to see who she is and why I'm talking third person. Yeah. Myself wanted to come out, because even though I was soaring, there's some things that I just am still even morphing into. And I love it. I'm loving it.
Oh, it's so good. All right, Lucinda, we got 2 minutes. Let's give them a couple of vision manifestos. I want to hear one straight off just one off the rip. Give them a vision manifesto. One of them Lucinda-isms.
Let's see, a Lucinda-ism. Let's see, dang, because we've been rocking for so long. Let's see, I would say it just has to be simple. You know, I don't want to go too deep.
No, don't go deep. Top of the dome.
Right?
Yeah.
Just, you know, if you don't take this time to create that vision of the simple vision that it's connected to one person, identifying, going back to there's a fortune and a frustration. What is keeping you up in the midnight hour? What is keeping you stressed out sometimes in the midnight hour? That is something that is connected to others. Just get out there and get started. Do not overthink. Do not overtalk. Do not be a whistleblower. Stop giving lip service. Stop sharing. Just learn to just marinate right now in this thing enough so that when you start cooking this thing up, even in the imperfections, I want you to do it ugly. I want you to do it imperfect. I want you to do it with mistakes. All I don't want you to do not quit. If you don't quit, you can't fail. That's it. If you don't quit, you cannot fail. If you keep going, you define failure. No one else can define failure for you. This is the first time you've been on this earth. The first time we've been on this earth, unless you need to tell me something. So if you do not quit, you will never, ever, ever fail. I guarantee you. You just learn and you go, and you learn and you grow, and you learn and you glow. So that's right. My Lucinda isms, activate isms. That's it.
I love it. I love it. Lucinda, I love you. You are amazing. Every single time we get together, I just feel fireworks in my soul, in my spirit. You guys can go back to the Great Girlfriends podcast because Lucinda's been on like 4 episodes. I think we did.
Yes.
We did.
Please go back.
So get over to thegreatgirlfriends.com. Lucinda, I love you.
Great Girlfriends, did you enjoy this week's episode of the podcast? If so, would you please give us your amazing review on iTunes? Every single review helps another great girlfriend get plugged into the podcast, into the community. Speaking of community, make sure you join our Facebook group, The Great Girlfriends. You follow us on Instagram at The Great Girlfriends and on Twitter at @the_greatGFS. Last but not least, we'd like to thank my amazing husband, Kwaku, Sam and Dilly, and all of you for being a part of the global community that makes us so strong. Please remember to share with your friends. Keep listening and keep being a great girlfriend. I'm Sybil Amuti, and I'm out. Peace.